Hi guys, welcome to my corner of the interwebs. My name is Megan and I'm here today to talk about books and the ones I acquired in October. I'm using my headphones today to record because my microphone sucks and you can never ever hear me. Plus I'm really quiet anyway, so even with a microphone, if you can't hear me, headphones it is. Today I am doing an October book haul, which is probably going to be the biggest book haul you will ever see from me because I haven't bought books in a couple months, so this month I might have overdone it just a little bit. I also have some books here from Book Outlet, so I didn't spend as much as I could have, but I spent more than I probably should have on books this month. I'm not going to synopsize them because there are so many, but that being said, let's just get into it. And I'm going to start off with Horror Store. I've been wanting this book since it came out. I finally got it. I read it this month. It was great, and since I work retail, it was especially scary for me. The next book I got is From Here to Eternity by Catherine Doughty. This is one of the non-fiction books that I will be reading in the next couple months. This is her interpretation of like good deaths and positive burials and natural burials, and if you watch her YouTube channel, you know what her books are about. She's amazing. I love her. I can't wait to read this one. Smoke Gets in Your Eyes was her first book about being in a crematorium, and I can't wait to see where this one goes. I said I wasn't going to synopsize these. I also got Radium Girls. This was in my TBR for October. Didn't get to it because I read another book instead about poison, but I picked this one up, and I picked up two books that I already had copies of because the copies were pretty. And those two books were this issue of Frankenstein that is beautiful. And I got the Penguin Horror Classic version of The Haunting of Hill House because I was watching the show and my copy of it is kind of torn to shreds. Look at the pages. I'm pretty sure everybody has this edition but me, but I wanted it and now it's mine. Then I got a book avalanche. Then I got To Kill a Kingdom. This is a Little Mermaid retelling. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person that hasn't read this. Everybody got this in, I think, a unicorn crate or a fairy loot box a few months ago. I don't subscribe to boxes because girl is broke. But I got this month, as well as Dry by Neil Shusterman. Thanks, Target. Dry by Neil Shusterman. I only got this because of how much I loved Scythe and Thunderhead. We all know what this is about. This is what happens when the water runs out. Then I picked up these 4 books from Book Outlet. I don't know what the name of this series are. Tale of Shikanoko. These are, look at the spines. These are all, I think they're Japanese. I'm not sure if they're Japanese or Chinese. Japanese. They're Japanese stories. It's amazing and I can't wait to read these. I'm probably not going to get to them for a couple months, but they were all like $2 on Book Outlet. So grab them while you can. There weren't that many left. And I love these covers. The next book I got is an addition to my Stephen King shelf, which you can't see. I'll do a tour of it one day. Ooh, a bookshelf tour, I'm fancy. I got a Hot and Classic edition of 4 Past Midnight. I got this because I liked the Langoliers. I don't care what anybody says, the Langoliers are dope. And I think that's in this book and I want to read it. So I picked that up and I picked up 2 more Stephen King books. I got the Bachman Books Regulators and Desperation, and I didn't know that these covers lined up, but now I know, and I think that is awesome, and I'm really happy to have these editions. Then, oh wait, I got more Stephen King. I got this version of Pet Sematary and this version of Carrie. I have multiple editions of these books, but I'm a hoarder when it comes to books I love. And I wound up really loving Pet Sematary that I read this month. And I have always loved Carrie, even though it's Stephen King's least favorite of his own books. So I picked up these 2 editions because I got them on the cheap. And then I also got a book that I think everybody picked up this month. Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I got the UK edition because I think the US edition is kind of ugly. I'm not sure what edition I have of Strange the Dreamer. I have this version of Strange the Dreamer, which I don't really like. I'm going to swap it out for the UK edition, but I got both of these this month. I have never read Strange the Dreamer, and I'm going to hopefully get in on this month, this coming month. I'm hopefully going to read both of these in November because everybody loves these. And that comes from people whose opinions I trust, because some hype is just hype. Which, speaking of, I picked up The Bone Witch because it was on sale for like $5. And I'm super excited to read this also because the third book is coming out soon. So I'm going to jump on this. If I like it, I'm going to pick up the second one. If not, then to Goodwill it will go. But we'll see what happens there. This was super cheap, so I couldn't resist it. Then, some more book outlet books I got from Cindo Williams Chima. I got Flamecaster. I think I bought this book for the same reason everybody bought this book, and that's because it reminds me of Throne of Glass. I haven't actually heard any reviews of this, so maybe I should read this first and do a review of it. Let me know if anybody's interested in this book. I know I am. Beyond the cover, I think it's a cool story. It's revenge and a girl with a curse striking back against a ruthless king, so it reminds me of Throne of Glass. So I might check this out first. And then also from Book Outlet, The Five Daughters of the Moon and the Sisters of the Crescent Empress. This is the Waning Moon duology by Lena Licatalo, I don't know, I'm sorry. This is stories about the Romanov sisters, which I think sounds kind of cool. I don't really know anything about Russian history or Russian fairy tales. I don't even know if this is magical realism. I really don't know anything about this, but when you see something on Book Outlet, sometimes you just go for it. And this was advertised to me so much in my feeds that I just went for it, and I'm interested in reading them. Not going to synopsize it, and I don't know what it's about anyway, so that works in my favor. But I will be checking these out soon, just like I will be checking out The Daughter of the Pirate King from Book Outlet. Thank you. Get on Book Outlet. There were only like 40 copies of these left when I ordered it. This is another book I think everybody read because it came in a fairy loot crate. So if you didn't get it, then now's your chance. My other books are far away. They fell down in the avalanche, so I'll be right back. I came back. Hi. Focus. This book is one that I saw in Barnes & Noble. I'm gonna read the back of this one because this one is cool. I read the first chapter. It is an adult fantasy. It's called The Gilded Cage by Vic James. In modern day Britain, magic users control everything: wealth, politics, power, and you. If you're not one of the ultimate 1%ers, sound familiar? The magical elite, you owe them 10 years of service. Do those years when you're old and you'll never get through them. Do them when you're young and you'll never get older them. This is a darkly decadent world of Gilded Cage and its glittering whatever, I'm not reading the whole thing. So I'm really interested to read this. I read the first chapter in Barnes & Noble, and it is definitely adult. This is violent in minutes, and I love it. Then I picked up The Wastelanders by K.S. Maribeth, a full throttle sand in your eyes, no holds barred ride through a Mad Max style wasteland. I saw this at Barnes & Noble. I had to pick it up. It's 2 books in one, Bite and Raid, and it has a chick bounty hunter in like a dystopian setting, which, you know, I love my bounty hunters. You don't know that. I love my bounty hunter stories. Boba Fett is my dream boat. He's my future husband. I'm not disappointed we're not getting a movie. I'm going off on a tangent. Wastelanders by K.S. Maribeth. I'm hoping to read this. I don't think I'm going to read this soon because this is more of like a summer read for me. But I'm really interested in this. I will jump on it. If anybody's curious about it, I'll jump on it and just tell you what I think. If you value my opinion at all, knowing how much I read. Then I picked up Nosferatu. Don't fall. Nosferatu by Joe Hill because I want to read this during Christmas. I've never read this. The only Joe Hill I've read is Heart-Shaped Box, but I read it a long time ago and I really don't remember anything about it. I don't remember if I liked it. I probably did, but I'm going to check out this one because everybody seems to love it. I think it's about a Russian. It's in Russian. I got this book in Russian. The cover's cool though. So I guess I'll be buying another copy of this book. I got this on Book Depository, so this is my own fault for not reading it. Wow, I'm so smart, guys. But yeah, I think this is about a girl that travels through a portal. It's some sort of portal fantasy with vampires, which I'm totally down for. in Russian. Maybe I'll learn a new language. I don't know. But hopefully I'll get another copy next month and not feel so stupid. The cover is really cool though. Merry Christmas, guys. Alright, also from Book Outlet, I picked out The Last Namsara and I picked out Shades of Magic. I have not read this series by V.E. Schwab. The only V.E. Schwab I have read is the one I read this month. I read City of Ghosts, which I also got this month. It's middle grade horror story set in Scotland, I believe. This was great. I'm not going to review it because everybody read it, but this was a great book that I picked up in October along with Shades of Magic. When I have the whole trilogy, I'm going to just burn through it all at once because I like reading books kind of back to back. I don't like reading a book and then waiting a year for the next book to come out. I'm looking at you, Patrick Rothfuss. I got you. And then I picked up, I'm really excited about this book. If you watched my BookTube newbie tag, you'll know that this is the book that got me into reading. I saw this on Mercari and I got One Day at Horrorland and it is beat up and it has Maddie's name in it. But that's cool because I also know her entire checklist of Goosebumps books. So Maddie, if you're out there, it found a good home. But I'm so happy to have this book. I don't know if I'm gonna reread it. I'm really scared to reread it. What if I hate it now? But this is gonna go on my shelf. This is like, I'm excited to finally have this book again. And the last book, don't fall. Oh no, I got 2 more books. I lost it. I lost my book. Oh. I'm back. The last book, 2 books I got are Coco and Cages is the third in a series about a mercenary that's being hunted down by what? A bounty hunter, a depressive who escaped a suicide trap. But that all happened in the first book. This is the third book. This series, guys, this series is sci-fi AF and it reads like an action movie. I love Coco. I haven't started reading this. It's by Kieran Shea. I have the other 2 books that I got just on a whim one day at Barnes & Noble and I wound up loving this. If you like really fast action books set in space, there's not a lot of depth to it, but it's definitely fun and I love it and I really recommend everybody check this series out because it's cool. It's an adult sci-fi and it's great. And what is the last book I got? I think everybody knows the answer to this. I got Kingdom of Ash. I pre-ordered it when it came in the mail. I didn't want to go to work the next day. I already finished it. Guys, super excited. Super sad to see the series end. There's some fan service in here towards the end of the book for I can't tell you, but there's so much that goes on in this book and I was scared to read it because I thought I was gonna lose some of my favorite characters and I'm just, my heart broke in some places in this book and I literally started bawling. This is the last of the Throne of Glass series. I didn't get a special edition because I did pre-order it from Amazon. If you see the Books A Million edition, I think it has Manon in it and it looks dope. So I might have to pick that up. But that is my way overdone October book haul. I'm sorry I was talking so fast. I hope you can hear me better with this than you could with my crappy mic. Hopefully I'll be able to improve on this. Guys, the stack is ridiculous. I'm not picking this up. I will fall. You'll never see a haul like this from me again. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you went through the whole thing, you are far more patient than I. I'm gonna go. Happy Halloween, guys. If I didn't mention that earlier, it's Halloween. Okay, so go ahead and give me a like if you would be so kind and you made it through this video. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go now because there's candy in the other room and I want to eat it. Bye, guys.